Let's try to make that work. Let's hold on, guys. Maybe right there. What was one thing and another. This is that. Okay. Okay. Oh, damn, that's out of focus. Use. Huh? Yeah, that looks good. I think stuff. So yeah, we're running a different setup for all of this, and it's taken a little bit of time to do all of this stuff. So bear with me 1 second, and I'll have everything kind of set back up the way it's supposed to be set up. So yeah. Okay, that's way too high, but whatever, it's fine. So hey guys, how's it going? I guess the four people that logged on and just fucked off. Those would be the ones that were like, why aren't you in your fursuit? Well, because sometimes I don't really have time to do that, and for these live chats, it's a lot easier for me to read the screen that's right there and talk to you guys and see how you guys are doing and everything. We're gonna lower this down a bit because this is a bit too high. I got very very sure of myself. And I thought, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I have never known what I was doing. So that's fine. That'll be okay. So yeah, so we have a new lighting rig. We have a new camera system. No more sitting on the couch and just kind of trying to like read this and read that. So because of that and because of all of this, I can kind of show you guys a little bit more of where I work and like what I do and how everything's set up. So I'm going to kind of turn the camera and kind of show you guys, like, well, shit. Nope, that was not turning the camera. That. Just on that. So you see this is the workspace I have. It's a bit cluttered, but and this is what I stare at. This is when I see you guys chatting to me on, and yeah, of course, like this over here, and some things you guys don't normally see when I'm filming because I usually keep it about like there. So yeah, a lot of anime and video game collection, that kind of shit. But something you may have noticed is that I actually got my boy back from Nuke. It's interesting. Kobe Fox. Are you talking about this one or are you talking about this one? Which one are you talking about? Also, Jelty, like if you keep spamming the kind of ellipses and things like that, it may kick you. I don't know. So, sorry about that. I probably should adjust that. But is there something in particular? So, unless you tell me which flag. This one. Oh, okay. So this is a demi flag. It's apparently supposed to represent demisexuality, which is effectively what I am, or at least that's what people seem to call me. So that's the thing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just pull that in a bit, so I don't have those lights just in focus all the time. So yeah, so that's basically what that is. This Juicy Apple just got new into uh, Beastars LOL. I haven't actually watched that. People have been telling me to watch that. I haven't watched it yet. I get distracted and just kind of go off on tangents and things. But the significance of why um, the bodysuit is back is because all of the lighting rig broke on it completely. And I had to send it back to Poland. And unfortunately, New Creations fixed the lights, but they didn't fix the zipper. And I broke the zipper last AC. So this past AC, I was sitting in the headless lounge, and my friends were leaving, and I was just like, okay. So I went and I threw my bodysuit on, and when I did that, the zipper wasn't down all the way, and because it wasn't down all of the way, it popped. And when you is okay, so my connection's unstable. Okay, there we go. But there's Tony. Hey Tony. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You telling me you like my content or love my content. It's fantastic. Altro, how's it going? But the significance of why you need a plastic zipper or should have a plastic zipper on your fursuit in the first place, even though it's not as strong, is because you are going to want to wash these as they get amazingly disgusting. So when you do that and it's a metal zipper, depending on the type of zipper, it could rust or it could become harder to zip up and down. So that's why. That's why we do those things. It's an interesting aspect of it. But luckily, there's this really, really amazing person, Moth Scythe, that my friend Ink knows, that quite literally at the drop of the hat said, sure, bring it, I'll fix it for you, and fixed it in less than 24 hours. This was absolutely amazing. I didn't expect that kind of turnaround time. I expected that she was going to be a little bit busy and not have time for me and just my personal fursuit woes, but she did, and that was awesome. So aside from that, that also means that the next time I bring a boy out, my lighting rig will work, and I can bring him out at MFF, which I will be bringing him, along with, of course, Spin as well. So that's a thing. Tide highlights. I don't know how people tolerate walking around in dirty, smelly fursuits. I don't either, but it happens a lot. Like, I'll be in the fursuit lounge, and someone will come over and talk to me, or I'll be talking to somebody, and they'll want to talk to them because they're not coming over to speak to me. They're coming over to speak to someone I'm probably with, and those people will be wearing like fursuits that are dripping sweat. I'm just like, dude, no. It's just like, we should get a picture together. We shouldn't. No, not at all. Like, if your fursuit is dripping sweat, like, first and foremost, you should be wearing something underneath it, which this guy wasn't. He was like bare chested, and I was like, oh god, no. But yeah, like, nobody wants to like get a picture with you because you're basically at that point a sweaty carpet monster, and nobody wants that. So that's the thing. Was it Juicy? I have a Stitch onesie myself and only wear it at home now. Well, I mean, I guess you could wear that, as well. A tad more thought. Hey, how's it going? Trying to go back to these. Blazing Dragon. I don't know. I didn't know you streamed. Awesome. How are you doing? I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for asking. Especially with everything that's going on. I would have had the stream up actually a little bit sooner, but I'm kind of dumb and tried to stream in 4K. You can't do that with the cam link that I've got right now. It just won't let it function. It just kills it off. So that was a thing. But luckily, I managed to get everything together, and here we are. And I don't have just the exceptional amount of time to do this, but I did want to show you guys the new setup and how we were doing things. And because I'm really, really happy with it. I'm pretty proud of how this has gone. Um, so yeah, just doing the thing. Juicy Apple. Sorry if that's something. Okay, wait. Juicy Apple, puppy, uh, is me when lazy people don't clean their suits. Clean your suit, you dirty, dumb sack of shit. Okay. Sorry if that sounded harsh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it probably is a bit harsh, but like realistically, I'm just gonna move this light a bit. By the way, one of the best investments, if you do stream or otherwise, just a light rod. They look like this, and they have variable things. You can kind of pose them where you want them to. It gives good highlights. I found, and I really, really like that. This is an amazing piece of kit. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Kyle, was the flag with the paw on it? This is the AC flag. It's flies in Pittsburgh in July. It's to signify that Anthrocon is here and that we're all here being miscreants or whatever. So yeah. Let's see. Blazing Dragon setup looks great. Thank you so much. It did take some time, and of course more money, because when doesn't it take more money? The flag on the right, that explains why you know Artemis. Oh, this one. My left, your right. No, actually, that doesn't necessarily explain why I know Artemis. I know Artemis because we met online. We chatted some, and I did some things for him, like making him a crown and some other things like that. Like some 3D printing stuff, and we kind of decided to chat one day, and then from there we just kind of became friends because we have a lot in common in that regard. So it just kind of fell together, which is actually a good subject. Is just like when you're trying to it's the thing I've done before. It's just like how to make friends. You shouldn't try to force relationships. Like, I mean, just because somebody is A Johnson, HOL Spin Fox. Oh, hey, how's it going? Let's see. But yeah, you shouldn't try to force. A Johnson, do be careful. The Streamlabs bot will absolutely smash you for overuse of symbols, and it will kick you out. But as I was talking about making friends, is you shouldn't try to force it, especially like just because someone's like relatively famous or relatively infamous or whatever. You shouldn't try to make that person your friend just because of those reasons. Like if you fall in with each other, then awesome, that's great. But otherwise, you shouldn't try to push that relationship or try to make something when there's nothing there. Let's see, James. My favorite video that you were in was the Artemis video. Which Artemis videos? I've been in a few of those. You'll have to narrow that one down a little bit. So I know which one you're talking about. I assume maybe it was the first one I did. I don't know. Juicy Apple. I was watching his furry YouTube page called watching. I'm guessing this furry YouTube page is what you meant to say there. Called Bear's Sociopathic Attitude. I don't know that one. It sounds kind of interesting though, so I may have to check that out. I find the paw flag interesting. Where did you get the light rod from? The light rod is actually from. See if I can find the thing here. it have that on there? It doesn't. Um, I got that off of Amazon, and I think it was like I got the one that has like all the features on it, so I can make it do cool strobe effects and all kinds of neat things. But I got that off of Amazon. I think it was like $200 or $300. It was pretty expensive, but it was worth it because it gives this nice dramatic lighting kind of effect, which is cool. Blazing Dragon. Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you want to become friends with someone who's famous just because they're famous, is doomed from the start. Yes, it is. It is very much doomed from the start. Also, it kind of means that that's the only reason you want to be friends with them. Like, I don't care if someone's famous or not. If you're cool, then I want to know you. Otherwise, like, I don't really have the time to put into somebody that's going to be like super weird about things like the entire time. Let's see. Juicy Alexander, the Mystic Wolf makes funny YouTube stuff. People, oh, I'm sorry, no. Oh, I love his Angry Kid YouTube page. Uh, I'm guessing YTP is like YouTube page. Um, so much LOL. Okay, cool. Blaze Dragon. Also, where are the bad? So what are the badges in the background? Okay, so these are actually all of my badges from almost every con I've ever attended. Um, uh, you know, uh, YouTube poop. I certainly hope that's what that means. It's funny. Um, yeah, so all of my badges and things, with the exception of like my main badge that I wear, which is out there in the living room right now, hanging up from a board. Let's see. Dander Snowfall. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Tide highlights. Yes, I do enjoy people wanting to be friends because I have an arbitrary number on the internet. Yeah, that can be kind of weird. You do get weird people that are just like, they, and I guess maybe weird is the wrong word. That it's just like socially awkward individuals that like they want to make friends, and maybe they want to make friends because they see that you have a dynamic that they're missing in their life and they really want. And that's understandable. That's totally understandable. And at this point in the video, I would do like a quick cutaway and like say something really mean and harsh. But yeah, Juicy Apple, YTP, YouTube poop. Just so you know, yeah. Thanks. That's good to know. But yeah, it's weird. You get enough arbitrary numbers, and suddenly you become interesting. And I can kind of feel that a little bit now with just the amount of subs that I've got, which, don't get me wrong, that's more than I ever thought I would have. I think we're up to 1,250. So that's a lot more than I ever thought I would have. Really, like, that's just an amazing amount to gain in like a year's time, a little over a year's time now. Just crazy, right? Like, I didn't expect this kind of stuff ever. So it's just interesting. Tide highlights. I struggle socially myself, but I try not to leech off of others' social issues to compensate for my social successes. My mistake. To compensate for my failures. Yeah. The problem is here is that like people, a lot of people. Hold on. Let's just kill that alarm. Yeah. I'm supposed to be going skating today, but I can't. I've got stuff I need to do, and which is why I have time for this and basically nothing more. But yeah, like when it comes to social struggles, like everyone has them. Everyone has something that they're uncomfortable doing. For me, it was like sitting here and doing this, and I like, of course, I just kind of plowed through and I got it. But that doesn't mean that that's the best way to do it, or the only way to do it, or the way that you should do it. It just means it's the way I did it. But yeah, Um, that's the thing. Trying to be friends with someone just because they're famous is a really terrible idea. Like, if you like the person and you kind of meld together naturally, awesome. If it doesn't happen, don't worry about it. Like, it doesn't mean they hate you. It just means that there's something that doesn't click. And like, are you friends with absolutely everyone you meet? Like, honestly, and more importantly, something that Artemis said that I thought was absolutely the most poignant thing I've ever heard, which is like, if you took all of those numbers away, that person that's like ignoring you, would it matter as much to you? Like, really? Would it? If you took all of that fame, all of that stuff, you just threw it away, would it matter that Majira didn't answer your message if you didn't know who Majira was? Would you care that, like, Boozy didn't like hit you back on Twitter? Would you care? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't give a damn, like, at all. And honest to God, it's probably one of the most amazing sentiments I've ever heard, and it's very true. Uh, it's just that we care because we think we know people, and we think we know these individuals because we built them up in our head. We built them up in these idolized things, these paragons of virtue, and that's why when they fall, or we find out that they're not perfect, or they've done something wrong 6 years ago, said something wrong 6 years ago, we immediately are like, tear them down, cancel culture, gotta, you know, gotta self validate, because, you know, that's a good thing. It's like, because we have to constantly move that field goal, because once we have someone down on their knees, my God, do we love to keep them there. Like, we just do. We love to keep them there. There's plenty of people that are just like that. So it's a thing. Tide highlights. If they just happen to be famous and fun, you should determine, but it shouldn't be a determinant factor of whether to get to know someone more or socialize with them. Juicy Apple, my favorite angry kid YouTube P, uh, by Alexandra's Angry Kids. Booger Pro. Okay, it's weird. Um, yeah. To have more thought, parasocial relationships. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are like parasitic relationships. There are lots of people that they start off interesting enough, and then they get weird. They turn weird fast, but it's whatever. But again, when we build people up and then we see that they're not who we think they are, our immediate reaction is that they lied to us. In fact, they didn't lie to us. We lied to ourselves. We lied to ourselves thinking that people are perfect, or that everyone is perfect except us. And that these people that we hold in such high regard could not possibly make mistakes. These people that we hold in such high regard are perfect, and they can't be touched. They are basically godlike beings, right? But I got news for you guys. None of us are perfect. Like, I get speeding tickets and things, and sometimes I get angry with people I shouldn't get angry with. Sometimes I say things I regret. And I try to apologize for those things, or otherwise be a better version of myself every single day. But that doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. That doesn't mean that you don't make mistakes. And it doesn't mean that the whole YouTube community doesn't make mistakes. People do. It's just that we put them on this pedestal because we want to make videos and say things to you guys, and you want to listen. But, if someone does something wrong, and then they atone for it, you don't get to keep them on their knees forever and constantly move back that field goal. See, the goalposts can't keep being pushed back, because when they do, like, then no one can ever atone for anything. And that strikes me that you don't care about them atoning. What you care about is power over an individual. And when that's the case, then you're an asshole and you're the problem, not them. If they're trying to make right what they did and you continuously want to keep them down, then you're a dick. I'm not scared to say that to anyone. You know, just saying. But let's get back to the comments. Blazing Dragon. How do you come up with Spin's persona? He's such a unique character. I don't know about that. That stands out from the crowd. I don't really know that Spin's character stands out from the crowd. I mean, the voice is pretty generic, and but the personality kind of comes from working with Artemis and refining it myself and taking it to different levels. Let's see. So realistically, yeah, I spend a lot of time on character development to try to make it feel right, but mostly the biggest thing is it's not just me. I'm not just a creative genius. Like, I have really, really talented friends, and that's what it is. Those people help me out so much, and that's really the thing. That's how I develop my characters, is by getting feedback from you guys, from everyone, and kind of, trying to be a little different. But mostly it's, it is an aspect of myself that's being refined by my friends. And that's basically it. That's how I do that. To have more thought, everybody makes mistakes. Yes, they do. Juicy Apple. I'm watching Alexander's YouTube. Okay. I hope it's good. I hope you enjoy it. Tide. I'm just gonna go with that. I hope I'm saying your name right. TID Tide. I hope so. Sometimes I'm dyslexic, so like if I mess something up, that's why. Because my eyes are just like, those letters don't need to be there. We'll just put them there. So everybody makes mistakes. Our brains are flawed. Making up for your setbacks is what you do to counteract your mistakes. Yes, it is exactly that. To have more thought, we need more forgiveness on the internet. I don't think we'll ever have that. There's something about that I don't think that's ever going to happen. Like, people like to see people rise, and we love to watch our heroes fall. We just do. Blaze Dragon, that speech was so wholesome. You're awesome. Thanks. I didn't really intend on getting into that. Something about that, just it irks me so much to watch these self-righteous people like tear people down when I know they've made mistakes too. Like, I get it when someone makes something that's huge or potentially like a felony or something like that. I understand that. I understand why it is we're like, I don't know, man, like, that was pretty wrong. I don't think you should be allowed to be around the rest of us, mainly because of what you did usually means that you have to go to like big boy jail. Like, things like that, I understand. And like, you do your penance in that, and then like try to be a better person. But sometimes, like, there's some things that are just hard to some things that are just kind of hard to get past, and I get that. I do. But we're not going to go into that. But like, it's like little things that, people having differences of opinion, or whatever, it's not that's not the end of the world, but people act like it. It's just like, you don't hold my exact opinions, like you must be obviously super Nazi. Like, no, they're probably not. You're probably being overreactionary to a given set of circumstances, because it makes you feel powerful, and it makes you feel it makes you feel like you can judge people, and then you're just totally woke. Like, you're not. You're a dick, and nobody likes you. Like, no one. No one likes being around you because everyone's so fucking tense. It's like walking on goddamn eggshells. Absolutely not. Just bear that in mind the next time you go off and try to be woke as shit with someone. Understand that the people around you hate you for that. They do. They hate you for that. And you can choose to stop anytime you want. You're not being a warrior for justice. You're not. Being an asshole. Not once has any of your words ever convinced any of those people to act differently. They've only convinced them that they hate you. Try to be a better version of yourself. Try to show people a better way instead of yelling at their face. You're dumb for doing that. Okay, that's the last we're going to talk about that. Whew. Let's see. Dander Snowfall, I think. My favorite SpongeBob YouTube poop is Deliver Us. Oh, okay, cool. You pronounced it correct. Though to friends, I'm just referred to as Tide. Okay, so we'll go with Tide then. I'm guessing. Magnus, hey ho. Hey, how's it going? I'm just rambling on about nonsense and things. I didn't really intend on getting so like serious about stuff, but sometimes you have to wax poetic about some stuff that you otherwise just like to ignore, and I totally would as well. But it's so ubiquitous now, and I feel like I have to address it at some point, and that's my stance on it. You know, so like, if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if it makes you unsub to me. I don't care if any of that stuff. It just means that you were always part of the problem. And it just means that you didn't like what I had to say enough that, and really what it means is that when I held up that mirror, you saw something in it that you didn't like. I've had that happen a few times recently, and I hope that those people learn from that instead of just ignore it. Like, they should see it and say like, hey, maybe this makes me feel this way because there's something I need to work on. Like, why am I feeling this way about this? Why is this affecting me so much? Does this mean something to me that I should probably know? And it just seems like the thing to do. So I certainly hope you guys like learn stuff from my videos, and I hope you like take into account when someone says something that kind of affects you and kind of makes you a little upset. Why are you upset? Something that my martial arts instructor told me once, and I think is like just the best thing, is that, let me ask you guys, and like actually answer in the comments and answer in chat for me if you can, if you're just listening, whatever. But would you allow me to have complete control over all of your actions? Just complete control. I get to decide what you do and how you do it. Would you do that? I'll wait for you to answer in the comments before I say the next bit. Some of you should probably know what the next bit is. All right, we got a lot of no's. It's good. So why is it then that you're perfectly willing to allow that person that's making you angry to have that kind of control over you? Why are you allowing that person to make you feel a certain way? You're in control of of your actions. You're in control of who you are and how you are. So my choice is to self-examine why someone makes me angry, and it's not perfect, and you can't do it all the time. And I understand that sometimes it's just a reaction, but examine why someone makes you angry, how they're making you angry, and then learn to compartmentalize, deal with that anger, and keep the rational side of your mind open, because you could make some really poor decisions just because you were angry one time. I I had some personal experience. Well, not necessarily personal, I guess. I guess um, it's secondhand experience with that, and um, people people can make you feel a certain way, and when they do that, they they can drive you to do things that you shouldn't do. And one of my friends um, didn't keep that rational side open and ended up regretting his choices. But it, it happens. And my hope is that I can help you guys, and I can prevent you guys from making poor choices by just telling you stories and sharing my philosophy on life. That's what this channel is all about. I mean, I'll make whatever type of videos you guys want me to make. I mean, as long as you watch it and like we continue to grow as a channel, and then yeah, I'll keep making them. But my opinion of this is that what I want most is I want you guys to gain something from it. Like I know, I'm funny or something, or I try to be funny, I guess. But um, I it's more important to me that you guys learn something. I think that's more important. Let's see. Tad more thought. You're responsible for how you react. Yes, that's exactly it. Tad. Tad. Tide. I can read. I swear. It wouldn't be worth it. It's never worth it. It really isn't. It's never worth giving up your self control. A tad more thought. Um, Many people get angry at 4chan, and that only gives 4chan more power. Yes, basically that. If you are intentionally giving somebody else power, or unintentionally giving somebody else power, they're unlikely to stop. They're just going to continue doing what they're doing. Just how things are, you know. But yeah, so that's basically, I guess, all I really want to talk about on that. I mean, I probably should make a video on that or something, but it's so much easier to talk to people like this and to get people to understand, like, hey, I'm just a person. And I have my own thoughts, and sometimes my logic can be wrong, and people call me out on it sometimes, and I'm perfectly fine with people calling me out on it. Like, I mean, I'm less okay if like you just basically come with like uh with preconceived notions. Like, if you have a problem with something I say, awesome. But like talk to me about it, and don't just assume that I meant the worst. Like, because I probably didn't. I probably didn't mean anything by anything. I just say stuff from time to time. Any of my friends, the people that really know me, will tell you that I just say stuff, and sometimes it's not the best stuff. Uh, this, let's see. Tide, at least know that you have the market on existential furry YouTube cornered. Yeah, I haven't really done a lot of existential stuff, but I think that like existential nihilism and things like that. I think that it's it's easy to overplay it. It's easy to make it to the point where people don't want to watch it anymore. They want to see it. They just they just want to like, I don't know. They want to do um they want me to do things like, and but the jokes kind of wear thin, and so I don't use them as much. But I really want to be more on top of that sometimes, because there's some existential stuff that kind of like leaves you staring off into space and contemplating the nature of the universe and your place in it, and whether or not any of it actually matters. And in my opinion, it really doesn't. Like, it really doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you say. You know, that's really it. You know, this Pika Pantry Animations. Yo, hey, how's it going? How are you? We're talking about existential nihilism and social issues and stuff. To have more thought, we have a really short time here. I yes we do. Comparatively, our existence is fleeting. Um, it is just so infinitesimally small. Like, our it is a bright flash in the pan. That's all it is. That's all the time you have. There's no guarantee of an afterlife. uh, the whole distracting yourself with various projects as you slowly march to death. Yeah, basically that. Um, uh, you your death is unavoidable. Say tomorrow we were able to make human beings immortal for a case. It just means that you're likely to die violently. If you're not going to die to, say, if you just stayed here and you weren't affected by disease, you weren't affected by any of those things, right? So you're not affected by any of that. Okay, cool. My cat's having a day. Um, you all right, Rukia? You okay? You wanna say hi to people, Rukia? Huh? You good? You good? All right. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, it just means you die violently. You don't have anything else. Let's see, animations. Um, Here's one thing I realized: uh, uh, a lot of Egyptian religion makes sense if you frame it right. They were really big. They were really big into mummies that wouldn't decay. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm guessing that. Um, Kobe. Sometimes people's mistake not knowing something for being stupid. Um, they're different. Sometimes they do. Not knowing something um, is a difference of it's just a difference of opinion. There's a difference between being stupid and being ignorant. Of that, we definitely agree. Uh, People oftentimes try to hide and do anything they can not to look at death on the horizon. Everything is basically just this distraction. Like, everything just makes you feel better about the coming end. Nothing will stop it. It's inevitable. You will die. I will die. Everyone will die, and eventually, the sun will most likely expand, engulfing this planet, turning it to effectively ash, dust, and nothingness. So not even the remnants of our existence will remain. No one will be around to care. No one will be around to see it, and it won't exist. Everything that we do on this planet to shape it to our own will is ultimately, hey, no, is ultimately pointless. Even that. But that doesn't mean that you can't have a good time. Doesn't mean that life can't be fun. It just means at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you can't just, get your own meaning out of it. Let's see. I'm sorry. I have a habit of not being able to pronounce people's names. Pika Petri, I think. Um, I remember visiting museums when I was 6. I saw a mummy there. I joined it when I was a grown man. I have changed. That mummy looks the same. Yes, it does. The mummy will never change. He will be remembered. I will die and decay. Yes, and as I said, everything will eventually cease to exist anyway. So that mummy just happens to last a little longer. Um, but it is really just a little longer. Like eventually this planet won't exist anymore. And likely as not, nothing will. So, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's okay. It's okay that things die. It's okay that things stop existing. It's okay that everything that we do on this planet ultimately amounts to nothing. Because at the moment in time, it means something to us. And that's what matters. It's the only thing that matters is that it means something to you. It means something to me. And that's it. Dender Snowfall. Do we get reborn after we die? I have no idea. Um, Technically, when I was born, I was medically dead. So I guess I've died before, but I was brought back. So whatever. Uh, to have more thought, we must support Elon Musk in SpaceX. I mean, yeah, that's a fair thing. It will definitely move us closer to being a starfaring citizenry, which we definitely should be if we want to go anywhere with our species, because eventually this planet will be full and its resources will be tapped out. We need to push forward. We need to extend human life, and we need to start moving out of this planet. It's like being it's like living with your mom too long. Eventually, things get awkward, things get weird, and you need to move out. And I think that that's where we're at as people. Let's see. Uh, trying to immortalize yourself physically is a fool's errand. It basically is. You can be better. You can better. You can try to do all of those things, and you might succeed. But again, ultimately, it just means that you die violently. If it's not a disease that gets you, if it's not old age that gets you, you roll the dice enough times, eventually it comes up snake eyes, and you lose the game. Like, maybe something falls on you. Maybe you die in a car crash. Maybe, you get shot. Um, maybe the spaceship that you were flying because you lived so long to see that, maybe it hits something. Maybe a system fails. There are just so many different ways, so many different slings and arrows. It's just eventually it all ends, one way or the other. So I guess if you're ever offered immortality, I guess the choice is up to you. You could die here, or you could take your chances, see how long you last. Me personally, I'd rather take my chances and see how long I last, because it's a lot more fun than growing old and dying. and growing old long enough to see yourself become ineffectual to the world around you. You can no longer really influence it, touch it, or be a part of it, and becoming ultimately useless and a burden to the people around you. And some people happily accept those burdens, and that's great of them. But for me, like growing old, like that's that's worse to me than death. Is growing old and becoming useless to the people around me. I don't I don't like the idea of that, but that's just my opinion. Let's see. Um, let's see. Blazing Dragons. We're having bloodborne levels of existential crisis. Yeah, basically that. Let's see. Night Party Furry. You're kind of right about being immortal, and that we would uh, then after die violently. Yes, basically that. Eventually, that would be the case. Um, Juicy Apple Puppy. I'm listening to music called Satisfied. I can to that all thanks to SFM sketch video called "Welcome to the Furry Fandom." Oh, cool. In a way, it's kind of night. In a way, it kind of feels like we are, because these days we hold a lot of people dying, mostly of cancer and other. Yeah. Blaze Dragon. Something that always blows my mind is that I mentioned the name Mozart. Most people know who he is, and even if they're not a music student, he made uh, multicultural. He made a multicultural legacy. He died at the age of 35. Yes, he did. I think I don't actually not sure. Um, Dander Snowfall, are you going to MFF? Yes, I am. If you followed my Twitter, you would see that I am also bringing with me these little badge flags to give out to people. I have about 200 of them, and that's it. But they are navy and red, and they just say "OK Boomer" on them. So if you want one of those, and you can find me before I run out of them, then come find me. Um, let's see. Uh, Night party, diseases, accidents, etc. Not necessarily as much from just old age. Yeah. Well, okay, so I don't have too much more time here to do stuff, but I will now open up this whole thing to a anything goes Q&A. Ask me anything you like, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And that's what we're going to do for the last bit of the segment. So anything that you want to ask me, no matter what it is, ask away, because pretty much it. Yeah. Night party wouldn't let me write it all under one post. Yeah. Q&A. Yes, it's a Q&A. So you ask a question, I will do that. How many digits of pi can you recite? None. I was never good at that. Let's see. Juicy Apple. My question: do you like Adriel? Adriel the Eagle. I've never met him. I will probably meet him at Confuzzled this year, because he's a guest of honor. So I'll probably meet him then. Let's see. A tad more thought. What do you work as? I work as a desk clerk at a hotel. Um, Blaze Dragon, bank details. I'm only joking. Just making sure. Yeah, you wouldn't get my bank details anyway. Let's see. Juicy Apple Puppy. Adriel the Eagle makes awesome animations. Yes. I've seen some of the stuff. Funny, creative guy. Yeah. However it's pronounced, it's whichever. Adler. Adler? Is it Adler? All right, cool. Then it's Adler. Yeah. Seen him, but again, never met the guy. And if that is all, then that will be it. No one else has anything else. What is the done of pi? I don't know what the done of. I don't know. I don't know about that one. So, okay. You guys have about 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left of Q&A, and then we are done for the day. You don't. You don't, Michael. You don't. Ever played Little Big Planet before? No, I have not. I have not played that game. I have some friends that play it, and they really liked it, but I never played it. 3 minutes. Blaze Dragon, favorite food. My favorite food is steak. I really like steak. Favorite game is the Portal series, just in general, because I can just play through it without really thinking about it. Favorite movie. God. Favorite movie is probably Akira. I really like that one. Or Spirited Away, really. Dender Snowfall. Do you know the YouTube channel Vidsy Pop? I do not. I do not know that channel. What is your Myers-Briggs personality type? Those things are all bullshit. They don't really matter. They're just fortune cookies that with extra steps. No one can tell you exactly the type of personality you have. Not really. They don't work. Uriel Spin loves well done steak with heavily. Yeah, I do not. Let's see. Then Snowfall's channel. How tall are you? I'm 5'2". I am 6'1", I think. 6'1", I believe so. Not that this helps. This does not help. Let's see. Tide. I know that I was merely curious. Oh, yeah, I took one. I just don't remember the long string of alphabet soup that it was. It basically just meant that I'm super, super smart and super cunning, and it played right into the thing that I chose. So basically, just assume that I'm super clever and just really, really witty, and I view arguing as a sport, apparently. Blaze Dragon, see you later. Spin. Had a great time. Thank you so much for stopping by and stopping in. Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and then we close out the video. Whoa, positive traits? Impossible. I know, right? They generally don't give you negative ones. Have more thought. Bye. See you. Daniel Snowfall. We'll see you as well. Okay. Had fun on the stream. Thank you, Juicy. Okay, guys. Well, that's an hour, and our time here is done. Much like our time on this planet will be done eventually. So, um, I think that's it. And I really appreciate you guys joining me. I know this kind of short notice kind of thing, but I felt like throwing it together and kind of seeing all of this stuff. Um, uh, yes, come check us out at MFF. If you see us, you will see me. You will also see Uriel there. He won't be in Uriel because I don't think he's got Uriel's suit yet, but he will have it soon. Um, but we will be at MFF this year, so come check us out there. We'll be wandering around that and Chicago. So if you see us, come say hi. Also, come get one of the little badge flags so that you too can have OK Boomer on your badge, because apparently that's a thing. I don't know what that means, so I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Hold on. DG. Yeah. But I want to know what it means because I've not. I don't know what that means. Anyway. Okay. Well, as it stands, we'll see all of you guys at MFF if you're able to make it there. Otherwise, you'll see me in the next video. I'm not sure when I'll have that one out, but now that I've got the other boy back, we can start making things a little bit more, you know, different. A Johnson, I have no idea what that means. Care to put that one in English for me, there, champ? Because 51 degrees. Okay, so it's. Oh yeah, 51 degrees in Charlotte today. Okay, I see. So you took me a moment there. I don't know why. To get that. Yes. Um, is that Charlotte, like North Carolina? Or is that where in Charlotte? Thanks for making content. Yeah, no problems, guys. Okay. Anyway, we will be making more content with both suits and trying to get that done. This is kind of just the wrap up portion here, so bear with me as I go through all the business of the channel. We will be making some more roommate videos, hopefully, and get that done now that I've got my suit back and we can start working on that. We will have some more videos about conspiracy theories and things like that. There was another series I wanted to get started, but it was a little harder to get started. So hopefully, when I have some help, I can get that one done. But I will be attending MFF. It's the last con of the year for me. A Johnson, I like her first. I'm assuming you are. I like your fursuit. Sure. Thanks. But yeah. Yes. I will be attending Confuzzled again in England. So if you're going to be in England, I will be at Confuzzled. In my opinion, it's one of the best cons that I go to each year. It's super friendly, super inclusive. Never really had a bad experience there. You know, just really like some of the best and most interesting people I've met there. And so if you get a chance, you should definitely check that one out. It's super good. Like anyone who hasn't gone, you should go. Like it can be a little expensive, yeah, but you should at least do it once because it's a good time. Like had a great time there. I will be doing FWA this year. So if you're in the Atlanta area for FWA, you can come see me. I will be there. That is my first con and is technically my home con. It's where I bought Spin, and this is actually going over, but I don't care because it's my live stream and I can do as I want. But it's where I bought Spin, and it means a lot to me. So that is my home con. I will be going again to AC because I really like it. Super fun. Juicy, sadly, don't have the money for cons. That's okay. Cons are expensive and they're not really a necessity. But if you do get a chance to go, FWA is awesome. So is Confuzzled. So is AC, and so is MFF. MFF is really huge, so it's less personal, but I do like it. I think we're gonna do an Airbnb this year is our plan, or at least part of our plan. And some of our other team is going to be staying in a hotel, so we have a lot of people going, and we're gonna have a good time and hang out, and just maybe drink a little bit. So come join us, have a good time, come say hi, come get a badge flag thing that I've got this time around, and look forward to seeing all of you guys there. Future projects include a eventual segment where I take a group of furries and we go to supposedly haunted locations and see what we make of them, because I think that would be funny. And I think a lot of you guys might enjoy that. Now, it's going to take a lot more rigging and like a lot of other things. And obviously, we won't be in fursuit. But the idea here is that I would like to invite random furries and people I know to go on these walkabouts. A. Johnson, I like snowflakes. Cool. But those are the future projects. That's what we're doing. That's what's coming down the pipe eventually. It's taking a little bit of time because it's a lot of money to spend. But because I have to have full body rigs for people, like full cameras and things like that, and I need several of them. One for myself and I believe 4 others, because we have a tentative name for it. We will be calling it Five Frightened Furries, and hopefully we can get people to join in on that. I would love to take some people through that. I think that would be good. Just some haunted locations or whatever, supposedly haunted locations. I don't really believe in any of that stuff, but like still, like it doesn't mean you can't get weirded out and spooked all to hell and back. And I think that you guys would like that. I think you guys would enjoy that. I think you would really enjoy watching all of us put ourselves into a position to be frightened for your entertainment. I think you'd like that. And so when that project gets off the ground, which it's close-ish, then I will let you guys know how that's going, and also I will let you know who the potential first team to go on an expedition will be, and release those names once I can get everything in line, because it's a big project. It To do these kind of things, you have to not only have all of the equipment and have someone willing to edit everything together for you and something that loosely makes sense, but you have to have people willing to watch a bunch of boring footage and like cherry pick things. But more importantly, you have to get people willing to do that, and you have to get property permission. So you have to like resource out these things and say like, okay, well, I want to investigate this property. Cool. Who can we ask? And so we have to get a hold of these people and say, hey, would you be interested in letting us wander around your site? This is who we are. This is what we're doing. And more importantly, when it's your first time, it's going to be difficult. So you have to pick something that's kind of small for your first one and then kind of build up. You can't just get access to places and then leave you alone in there, because you might do damage to the property and they don't know who you are. So like you have to basically get a lot of insurance stuff, and it's a lot more than you think it is. It's not just turning the cameras on and we wander around the spooky house. Like it's not that. And you also have to be careful about the places you visit, because some of these places are old and they have asbestos in the walls, and they might not be haunted by that, but you could get cancer later on. So we have to be careful with that. It's just one of those things. Like you have to be very careful about the places that you inspect, and if they're condemned or something, you can't just go like, oh well, we'll just break in, right? Well, it's somebody's property. That's first and foremost, that's breaking and entering. Secondly, if it's condemned, it's probably condemned for a damn good reason, and you could fall through the floorboards and like kill yourself, and then I would be responsible for like someone getting hurt or injured or even killed. So this is why it's more of a headache than you think it is, and this is why it's not already out, is because there's a lot to do, and I've got to do all of it kind of myself. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that. Anyway, that is actually it. That is 100% all the time I actually have, and then some. So you're welcome for 12 more minutes of bonus, whatever this was. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell and things, as well as share videos and things with your friends. Make sure you follow me on all of my social media stuff. Links for that should be on my channel and in the description of most of my videos. If you want to support the if you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, I do have a patron. You're welcome to donate money to the patron. You don't have to by any means whatsoever. You just being subscribed is far and away good enough. But if you want to support the channel monetarily, you can. As well as if you want to support it in a different way and you have video ideas, thoughts, opinions, or whatever, you're welcome to DM me through Twitter, as those are always open for you guys, no matter what. Am I missing anything? Usually I have a script, so, it's easier to remember all of this stuff I say. Aside from that, I do have a Discord that is made available. I'm occasionally on there, and you're welcome to chat with me and do things and stuff. So that's up to you. But I don't believe in putting myself behind the paywall so that you can talk to me. I'm not that important whatsoever. But again, if you want to donate to the channel, feel free. Otherwise, just being subbed is more than I can ask. I really appreciate you guys. Your support does really mean a lot to me. I don't take it for granted, no matter what. I play things off and being kind of cavalier about it, but this past year has been amazing of how much we've grown, and the type of involvement that you guys have had in the channel, and building this little community has been amazing. So if I don't say it often enough, thank you guys so much. Truly, it's absolutely amazing, and I am honored that you find me entertaining enough to watch. Um, you know, so anyway, I suppose those of you that have been waiting, I should give you some words to think about. So as always, guys, I have some words to leave you with. And usually I have a script for this as well. Try not to judge people any harsher than you would judge yourself. I think that's the best I've got for you guys for right now. It's not as poignant or poetic as I normally am, but I think given the things that we talked about today, that should be the message I want to send home with you guys. So thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me not being in fursuit and, doing my high pitched voice. I swear at some point I'll do that again for you guys. But for right now, I just wanted to talk to you face to face. And, without the voice, without the character, without the mask, all of that, just talk to you guys. Okay. That's it. Thanks, guys. And we're done here. At least I believe we're done here. Anyway, I'm just going to move this over. Let's move the camera over there. Just pan it over to the, collection or whatever.